I saw you guys. One of y'all mentioned the moon. You think I wouldn't notice, but I did. Someone says, Miwa Bella, isn't it 2 a.m. where you are? Go back to sleep? Yeah, why are you up? Oh my god, it's my favorite logs. Oh goodness gracious. Notice me? Hello there. Jupiter? No. That reminds me. I remember once, in the early days of my World of Warcraft channel, because like, I started the World of Warcraft channel first, but I also uploaded Yu-Gi-Oh videos there. And then eventually I noticed that there wasn't overlap between the Yu-Gi-Oh watchers and the World of Warcraft watchers, so I moved my Yu-Gi-Oh videos over to the TheDuelLogs channel. And the WoW channel grew a lot quicker at first. So I was like a lot bigger in the WoW community than Yu-Gi-Oh. In fact, I still kind of consider myself like a WoW content creator first. And the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff is kind of on the side, even though it's a lot more successful. But anyways, one time I did this this podcast, and then there was this this girl on the podcast, and we became friends, and we played WoW a lot together. And then one day, I had like this reoccurring show called like the Q&A, where all I did was just answer questions. That was fun. And one of the questions she submitted was, the question was, why am I so awesome? And in the Q&A I replied as like, I find it kind of weird that girls will sometimes say that. And then I just talked about it. And then she never talked to me again afterwards. Mathematician. People sad. No, I didn't talk to her either. Here's the thing, like, I don't really message people anymore. If we're gonna, if someone is going to be friends with me online through my content, they have to do all the messaging. I don't really message people. Or I didn't back then. I've been trying to break that habit. This year, I've been trying to actually network and talk to people, and it's been really hard. I forgot about all of the pitfalls that are involved with it, because it's been so long since I've even attempted. I had my 2 friends, and I was good enough for me, you know? Messaging people is mad annoying. It is! You message them, they have follow-ups, sometimes they say weird things, sometimes they don't respond. Sometimes they do respond, but only after like 2 days. Like consistently. Or, you know, they respond just fine, everything's good, it's just there's a lot of it. There's just too many messages. Like, I will say a majority of my messages are just for my employees. And it's just about work-related stuff, but even that is too much for me. I thought he was going to leave when Miwa got on the stream yesterday. Some people did leave, but not as... Because, like, you know, the stream was trying to do something specific. And it accomplished that to an extent. Because like the YouTube streams are a lot more focused than these ones. Because like there's actually a plan that I'm trying to accomplish. And I wasn't able to, whatchamacallit, So I can't just like randomly do shit like I do on Twitch, because they're not used to it. They're used to like that thing, that one focused content. So when I brought Mew on, there were some people left, but not a lot. Like we had 1,000 concurrent, and it went down to like 950. And by the time she left, we were down to around 900. But that's not that bad. Like if you know, like go to the bathroom and take a break, usually you lose more people than that. In fact, there were a lot of comments saying how funny they thought Mew was. And it's like, see, these people get it. YouTube streams feel more professional. Yeah, it's because I put more effort into them. Although doing the one last night made me know that keeping the YouTube streams to only 1 hour, I think has probably been a benefit to those streams. It's really helped keep them more focused. The amount of guilt right now. What do you mean guilt? I just said it was fine. Now people are gonna leave. Don't forget your worthless redeem. Oh, people been doing redeems. Oh, someone redeemed Duel me? Okay, let's duel Miss Hanamaru. Saitama and Garu visiting Mr. Logs on Jupiter. Dude, I saw that. When they went to Jupiter to fight on the moons, I was like, this is directed at me, isn't it? Someone, Mr. Murata, he's probably a fan of my streams. That's the only explanation about why he would have Garo and Saitama fighting on Jupiter's moons. Lucky for you, I'm annoying. So am I. Like, I talk to people, and there are people who obviously don't want to talk to me. Because they take forever to respond to everything I say, but I still message them anyway. I was like, yeah, I know I'm being annoying. I know you don't want to talk to me. But here's a new message anyway. Replay the attack. Like, at a certain point, you should probably not do that. I get it. But I don't think I've reached that threshold yet. Because the messages themselves are not really trying to be annoying. They're just normal shit. It's just, whenever you talk to someone, there's just a bit of irritation involved in that, because it takes time out of your day in order to respond. And some people are just not as good at responding as other people. It's like my friend Sarah. My late friend Sarah, I should say. She was one of those people who wouldn't reply for like weeks. And then when she did, she would reply as if you had just sent the message 2 seconds ago. She just did not give a fuck, and I loved that. She'd also sometimes message me out after not talking for like a couple months, be like, hey, let's hang out. I was like, dude, you ghosted my last message I sent you. She was like, oh, shut up. Do you want to hang out or not? I was like, yeah, let's hang out. So, because I was friends with Sarah for 10 years, I'm kind of used to it. Whoa. Flirtalist is an out to Shadows. TheDuelLogs talks about TheDuelLogs and TheDuelLogs. Love screwing over Snow with Call by the Grave. Me too! Get fucked. Thanks so much for streaming during the day. I work mornings mostly, so I definitely fall asleep before normal time. Yeah, that's mainly why I started these. They haven't been as popular as the night streams though, which is hilarious. I feel as if these streams are at a better time, but they just don't get as much viewers as the other ones do. If I summon Snowball. Torrential Tribute. Okay, that's bad. Oh, I have an aerosol in the grave? When did that get in the grave? I don't remember sending an aerosol to the grave. Are you ready for adventure? Yeah. I've been waiting for them forever. I'm gonna put them in all of my decks. They're gonna be like the Dogmatikas and DPEs. They're just gonna be everywhere. Most people are at school at working. Oh my god, they had Shadal Schism. Fuck. They don't have any cards. Oh, they have exactly 2. Wait, what? Oh, they also had Winda, I guess. App Cologne. This card's targeted. Continue your main phase. Negate the effect of a card. Well, you... That's okay. I'll happily watch all your streams, Mr. Logs. No, you won't. TheDuelLogs, Duel, or maybe you will. I don't want to say you won't. I don't really know you well enough, to be honest. We just met like 2 weeks ago. All I know is you like to mess with me. This is Nadir's servant. Some of your streams are at really odd times. I stream at the same time every day. The TheDuelLogs has slowly become my favorite channel. Why? Natis. Activate Natis. Destroys schisms. Activate schisms. They're gonna go into window. I already went to Flirtless, right? Yeah, I believe so. Another window. Okay. Ecclesia, the Virtuous. Activate effect. Search out Shadow Punishment. Dogmatika Punishment. Should wait a couple months before saying, sure, let's hang out. I remember one time with Sarah. Like, it was before I knew her very well. Like, the constant ghosting of messages was annoying. So I called her out on it once, and then she got mad and didn't talk to me for a month. And just, like, ghosted all my messages and ignored all the calls. And then a month later, she messaged me, and she's like, I'm not mad anymore, we can talk again. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was so flabbergasted that was her response after a month. I was like, you know, at least she's honest about it. I was like, okay, whatever. She got mad. I mean, we were friends for 10 years. That's just how she was. Some people just can't handle the stress involved with having to explain why you don't want to talk to someone. But, like, you do want to talk to them sometimes. You know? Chaotic energy? Yep. For sure. Oh, I don't even have a target for Titini-clad. I should have sent Omega. That's the one that banishes, right? You know, that one summons. She sounds insane. Yeah, she was a little crazy. She was fun, though. She reminds me, whatchamacallit, Muabel reminds me a lot of her. Not everything, though. Do you think YouTube circles are sort of divided? I mean, particular content creators doesn't want to collab with other specific content creator? Let's see, I have a question. Do you think the YouTuber circles are sort of divided? Not really. It all depends. Like, I only know of the big YouTubers and then, like, the VTubers on Twitch. Those are the only two Yu-Gi-Oh! Circles I know. And, like, there's very little overlap between the big YouTubers and the VTubers on Twitch. You know, besides me. But that's more of a case of just, like, you know, big YouTubers don't really interact with anyone who's smaller. For the most part, unless they're, like, friends. And all the people on Twitch interacting with each other makes sense because they're all streaming on the same platform and have similar sized channels. I take pride in being called Crazy Energy. I say she kind of reminds me of it. No, not really. Like, their personalities are similar, but they're two completely different people. Or maybe it's just because we just met. I remember when I first met Sarah. We worked together. And we were in like the break room together, and there was this other guy in there. And he was incessantly asking her out, and she kept denying him, but he wouldn't stop. So I struck up with a conversation with her to like give, you know, an out to the conversation. It was really awkward. And then we started talking, and then that was it. And then afterwards, whatchamacallit, Omega. And then a couple weeks later, I was like, wait, she's actually kind of cool. Oh no, I think I might like her. So I started, you know, hinting that we should hang out, and she totally blocked that. She was showing no interest at all, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna be annoying. So I stopped talking to her. And then like a month later, we started talking again, just randomly. And I was no longer interested in her at that point. So I was able to talk a lot more naturally. And then we became friends. It's just like a different approach to the actual conversations, which totally changed everything. I don't ghost logs for anyone. No, Mia Bell doesn't ghost me at all. She's super sweet in her comments. It's like a total dichotomy compared to her online personality and her online, but it could just be because, you know, we're still in the new knowing each other. Like that's what I was trying to get at. Like when I first started talking to Sarah, when I was talking to impress, I was a lot nicer. I was more careful with my words. And when I was no longer careful about trying to impress, I could be a lot more loose and just say random shitposts and stuff. And that resonated with her a lot more. And that's how we became friends. Like if you saw any of our messages that me and her had, Sarah, it was basically just us shit posting back and forth. It was a lot of fun. Is Mogu ghost people? No. Mogu's the same way. She's really nice and professional in her DMs. Let's see here. I'm getting completely wrecked by this fucking Shadow player. How did they get Schism back? I'm completely out of resources. Why is this duel taking forever? Because my opponent was playing some really weird tech choices that just happened to play off very well for them. Like they're playing Shadows with like a trap lineup. Nobody plays traps, but they were working for them. Super Poly. Should I play Super Poly in this? No, I can't. You were getting wrecked by Schism? I got rid of Schism. He just brought it back because he got lucky. He was able to stall it long enough. Tell us the truth. Is she in your DMs? Who? Which person? You gotta be more specific. What does it mean to be in your DMs? I love the schedule. I can finally watch you live. Can I get a gimmick deck with the C1000? I'll do it eventually. It's on my list. Okay, so we have a duel for Miss Hanamaru. Miss Hanamaru. Miss Hanamaru. Yes, I'm here. All right. Do I have you on my friends list? Let me see. Followers. Are you on here, Miss Hanamaru? Probably not. Most of you guys don't have the same name in Master Duel as you do on Twitch. I meant Miwa. Wait, what about Miwa? Has she been in your DMs? Yeah, but they're like normal messages. Like I told you, she's a completely different person in private than she is on her streams. Or maybe just to me. Which is great. Pronounce that one more time. Miss Hanamaru, Hanamiru, Hanamura. Oh, okay. Let's slow down for a second. Miss Hanamura, what is your... What is your online name for this? Liz? Alright. Will the new staff buff twins? Maybe. Get live twins prepped for Trouble Sunny. Are they finally releasing Trouble Sunny? If they do, then yeah, that'll buff live twins for sure. There you are. Let's go, Liz. Oh, looks like someone joined your room. Is standing by. The sniper by Lee. Oh my god, they're dueling. Let me just surrender. I believe Miwa's first message was sort of you buy stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, it was over on Twitter. If I showed you the Discord DMs, you'd be like, who is this pure say-so person? Everything about running a Charmer deck? I did build one. I didn't play it though. Unironically playing Shadows in 2022. Also, they get Schism back via Winter or Construct. I know they get Schism back. It's just they were able to stall long enough to bring out another Shadow in order to get Schism back. Main phase 1, excellent. I have a hand which is basically bricked. Time to what some birds? So wait, what deck are you playing? Still Cloudians? All jokes aside? Yeah, what's wrong with Cloudians? They're great. Haven't you seen my Cloudians completely get me into platinum? I clicked a duel on impulse. Yeah, it happens. Mr. Logs, is Dog Engine your favorite engine in this game? What's that? I don't even know what Dog Engine is. Dogmatika, you mean? I've never heard anyone call it dog before. Reinforcements is out on Monday, which is good for Earth Machine decks. Wait, don't they already have all their support? Oh, maybe I should have used Maxi. Dang it, I don't pay attention sometimes when I'm reading chat. Because yesterday I saw a lot of Sword Soul. The normal shorthand is Dogma. Yeah, I've never heard anyone call it dog before. Usually they just type out Dogma or Dogmatika. But yeah, my favorite engine is Dogmatika. Unfortunately, it's not usable in every deck. Just want to pop in. List was Pack Trap Dolls. We played Rub Collab, Boab. I know I wasn't exactly playing the best. I'm very tired right now. The list was Pack's Trap Shaddolls list. He played for Boab. I know I wasn't exactly playing my best. I'm very tired. Oh, were you the one, the Shadow player? Oh no, I didn't say anything bad, did I? I remember in my channel's early days of the TheDuelLogs, sometimes we'd have a, I'd duel against people and I would talk about how bad their decks were or something, and people in chat would be like, hey, that was me, sad face. And I was like, oh shit, I should stop doing that, huh? Archlord Christia. Call it constructive criticism. Is this a viewer duel? It is. Oh my god, this hand sucks. Oh my goodness gracious. What the fuck, man? Says the guy who plays bad decks. Uh-huh. I've had some truly salty people come into my chats before. And be like, I can't believe you called this card / archetype bad. Not all of us play meta like you do. It's like, here's something bad because you said my favorite deck and or archetype is bad. And I dislike you now. And it's like, wow, they must have watched one of my videos, assumed I play nothing but meta decks, never watch anything else I do, and then came to my stream just to shit talk. If they actually watched, they probably would have seen I was playing like probably Law of the Normal Beatdown. What are you doing? Target one monster. Return them to the hand. I love Mr. Logs because he always praises Eldritch. No, I don't. No, they're just some people, because in my videos, like, I have no problem saying if something's bad. And sometimes that pisses people off because that thing I said is bad is their favorite archetype. And people get, like, super upset if you say that. Almost as if you've just, like, insulted, you know, them personally if you say that Blue Eyes is not competitive. And because they take it so personally, they just, like, they just can't handle it. They just go crazy. It's okay. Logs gives me a verbal beating any day. Give me a verbal beating. Have I said anything negative to you ever, Miwa Bell? Fuck, I'm dead. I can't believe I'm getting done in by evil twins. No, not evil twins. Evil Eye. Tell me Penguin is bad. I promise to only take it a little bit personally. I remember one time someone asked me in Leah's chat. They're probably watching the stream right now, but they asked me if super heavy samurais were good. And I told them no. And they freaked out a little bit. They're like, oh no, I can't believe my life is in shambles. Super heavy samurais are not competitive, but I might as well just dust them all now then. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If all you want to play is competitive, just be like all the other sheep and just net deck something. Nope, if you want to call my deck shit, I'll love you for it. You only play good decks though, Miwa. Salutations, logs and logettes. Hello there, Sir Kalian. Or Kalon, I think. Lolo Nami made all Super Heavy Samurai X-Deck monsters SRs or URs. That's good because you only need like one of them, don't you? Are my deck shit? Probably. Logs, Heroes, top 1. You agree? I know. Even my Terminal World Nobles? I love the Terminal World Nobles. I don't know why your chat hates it so much. Are Ojamas good? It's funny because it's obvious. The answer is very obvious. That yeah, of course they are. By the way, Mr. Logs, I'm playing 3 Ash, 3 Maxi, and 3 Imperms, and I demoted from Plat 1 because I went second with no hand traps until the 4 dueled back to back. Yep, that happens. That happens a lot. That's just what happens in best of 1 formats. It's not balanced. That's why ranking up is kind of useless. It's just more of a... If you throw enough attempts at the wall, you'll eventually get it, or not. Do you consider Dogmatika plus Necroz good? Dogmatika plus anything that can work with it is good. The Dogmatika engine is just so much advantage for nothing. Miwa, see? Mr. Log said yes. Wait, you have a Snorlax emote? Whoa, where did you get that at? My prediction, princesses are finally good support. Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. Aerosol, Omega Lol. Shut up. Don't make fun of me. I'll cry. Wait, I can do something else? Linkaribo. It's not mine, but I'll make one for you. What? You were getting clapped, sir? Psh. Psh. Ojama underwear emote win? Why would I have an Ojama emote? You know how few emote slots I get as an unpartnered channel? I can't waste one of them on Ojamas. Let's go best 2 out of 3, Liz. Someone remind me to add Eye of the Typhoon to this deck. I'm sure that will allow it to win. How is Ojama a yellow a waste? How is it not a waste? The burden of proof is on you, my dude, not me. Eye of the Typhoon isn't a Cloudian card, though. Yeah, it is. It's called Cloudian Eye of the Typhoon. Because he has one big eye. Ooh, much better hand. I didn't draw nothing but Garnets last time. Is the room open for everyone? The room is only open so that I can duel against Liz at the moment. Because they redeemed the duel option, which is very expensive. Max C. I'd be remiss if I didn't have Called by the Grave. Can I attract girls by playing Infernobles? No. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Won't attract the girls at all. The only thing that does is getting fit. Physical appearance. Here's the rules if you wish to attract anyone of an opposite gender, or preferred gender, I should say. Step number 1. Rule number 1, be attractive. Rule number 2, don't be unattractive. Rule number 3, probably don't be a serial killer, but I don't think that really matters as long as you have the first 2 options. Here, you can have Max C back. As long as you follow those 3 rules. Based, I'd let a hot guy murder me. Yeah, the rules are pretty simple. It's just be attractive, don't be unattractive, and don't be a shitty person. Rule number 3 optional. Wasn't Ted Bundy attractive? I think so. Like, there are serial killers that get a whole bunch of, like, people who want to date them in prison. Girls like kill. Dude, girls love those murder documentaries. Like, it is just straight up a thing that girls just prefer those way more than men do. Like, obviously guys like watching them too. But, like, girls will get together and watch them together. It's like, you know, a woman bonding experience to just watch murder documentaries together. Straight up incel toxin here, yikes. Is it? I feel if you mention anything about attraction or dating, people will say incel talk. Like, every time. Wait, is that an incel talking point? Because I thought incels, like, the main thing was that they like, hate women. Right? Well, I don't need that card anyway. Most of them do? I'm pretty sure that's like the baseline. You know, their whole philosophy is just like hating women. Incel talk is way different. I'm pretty sure it's different. They might have some of the same talking points, but like, I'm pretty sure the fundamental philosophy behind that is just like hating women and blaming them for not dating them. Like, I don't blame a girl for not liking me because I'm not attractive. It's like, I get it. I don't think they owe me anything either. That's one of the things, like, a lot of content creators struggle with imposter syndrome because they feel like they don't deserve their success. Whereas I have a lot of success in the fields that I'm in, and I've never struggled with imposter syndrome a single time because I don't think I deserve anything. It's more like, ooh, cool, all these people are watching my stuff. Great. Must have tricked them into liking it. Average VTuber fan versus average YouTuber enjoyer. Was a gentleman, incels are really, really crude. Yeah, exactly. I need to get rid of that. Man, this deck really is differently when I don't draw all of my garnets in my opening hand. Incels hate women because they refuse to change or evolve themselves. No growth means a woman finds them unattractive. It's the woman's fault and not their own shitty personality. Have you guys ever seen my ad video on making friends? Also, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I work out. I got so like I bench is part of my rotation. Like my 2 main lifting of weights. Thanks for the sub, double jump. Is the bench press and deadlifts. And it's gotten to the point where I've run out of weights and I had to buy some more because I don't like changing them out. Because I finally got to the like 45s and I started increasing them. So like my reps are a set of 3 of 6, and it goes up to 8. And if I can start doing 10, then it's time to increase the weights. So I was doing you know, 155 or 135, and I went up to 165 because I don't have 5, so I only increase it by 20 every time I go up. Let's see, do you guys want to see my weight room? I have my own weight room because I didn't want to go to the gym, so I just repurposed one of my empty rooms into a weight room. Tatini clan. We'll get rid of Prima Donna. The rich logs? I'm not rich. You're not considered rich unless you have at least 2.5 mil in assets. Which I don't have. Maybe in a couple of years, but I don't have that now. How does lifting work on the moon? I go back down to Earth to lift weights. Imagine not having a home gym. Cringe. The well-off logs. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Leg days. I also had to buy new dumbbells. Because, like, my dumbbells only go up to 25 pounds. And I've already, like, gotten to the point where I can do those no problem. Because, like, my thing is bench, deadlift, and then a dumbbell routine. So I had to upgrade the dumbbells too because they only go up to 25. So I just bought like the ones where you can increase the weights exponentially. Oh fuck, did I banish Natis? No. I don't think I've sent Natis to the grave. Okay, good. We'll just send back Protector. Gym and home is a bar dream. It's easy. Oh my god, that's a lot of life points. When did you get so many life points, Liz? The financially stable logs? Exactly. You know, the funny thing is, I don't mind talking about how much I make. It's just people freak out when I tell them. Like, every time I talk about it, people have like a negative reaction and they think I'm bragging about it. You know, because I am to an extent. I love bragging about everything. But I try not to if it's unpleasant. So I used to hint at it, but people like freak out every time I talk about it, so I don't say it anymore. Spooky dogwood. Rich man bragging about his wrath. Yeah, exactly. It's mainly because I make a lot that people freak out about it. $25 is not enough. I know it's not enough. That's why I had to upgrade it. Gym and home is a dream. Or just a bar would be enough. Evil Eye. The humble logs. I don't think I'm humble. I don't like to ascribe positive traits to myself. Because if you call yourself nice, if you call yourself humble, that makes you feel as an inauthentic person because of negativity bias. Negativity bias is the phenomenon where, based on basic psychology, humans believe negative events more strongly than positive ones, and in fact the opposite is also true, where they disbelieve positive attributes way more. So if you talk to someone and they're only ever nice, they only ever say pleasant things, they come off as fake to you. But if you meet someone and they're always rude or crass and they only ever say negative things, they come off as more authentic. So usually people will say someone is being real as, you know, like synonymous with being rude. Just like, hey, he's just being real. He's just saying what he really thinks. And usually it's followed by a negative statement or a negative opinion on something. So you make 6 figures? I mean, yeah. I should say I'm close to, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Like I said, people freak out whenever I talk about it. I can't refer to myself as anything positive, if not aware that people will call me fake and arrogant. Exactly. That's why I try not to do that. Like if someone calls me, you know, say so in someone else's chat, I won't say it myself. I'll say, I'm not say so. Or if they call me nice, I won't, you know. I won't say no to it, but I won't ever call myself nice, because nice is more of a baseline. You don't want to call yourself a nice person, because that should just be a standard. And you don't want to say that you're humble. That has to be something that people ascribe to. Basically, you're not allowed to say anything nice about yourself. Otherwise, you come across as inauthentic and people freak out. You are allowed to say anything negative about yourself you want, though. So, like, whenever Miwa goes on streams and calls herself dumb, and, like, I'm in call, I was like, you know, my first thought at first was like, no, you're not. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm gonna shut up. I understand these things. This is just how you refer to yourself on streams, because if you say anything positive about yourself, people will freak out. But if you say something negative about yourself, people love it. They eat it up. They're like, haha, just like me. Relatable. Logs, will you call me say-so? No. You're not even a little bit say-so. Why do you have to call me out like that, Mr. Logs? What did I do to deserve this? Because you see, the thing is... I refer to myself as anything positive, not worried that people will call me that or fake. Yeah. The thing is, I was watching this video by this this YouTuber called Pushing Up Roses. I love her videos. And she had like this video about her body dysmorphia, where she was like 5th grade, she got like her pictures back and she thought she looked ugly and that she needed to lose weight, and like she just struggled with that for the rest of her life. And people with body dysmorphia, no matter what they do, they're always going to think they look ugly. And I was like, I think whatever this is, I have the opposite of. Because no matter how I look, I like how I look. I just have a huge, nothing but a positive opinion about everything about myself. However, I can still think of ways to improve nonetheless. I was like, man, did I just luck out? It's called ego. I don't know, from like, I've talked to a lot of people about this, and most people, I don't think I've ever met anyone who shares my mindset about self-love. It's really rare from what I've seen. Activate guard Duros. Ego isn't a bad thing. No, it is, like, publicly speaking. Like, if you're a public speaker and you even hint that you have positive opinions about yourself, people freak out because it comes off as inauthentic. But if you say something negative about yourself, they applaud you, that they clap. It's like, yeah, me too. Relatable. Hashtag relatable. Okay, let's go. Whereas I very much love myself and everything about me. But I try not to talk about it because it comes off as really, like, off-putting. Because of negativity bias. Mr. Longsby, mentally healthy? I put a lot of effort into good mental health. It's not something I just have naturally, it's something I work on every day. Like, I work out every day. I go for a walk every day. I de-stress at night for 2 hours by reading. I take healthy breaks. I take 2 days off on the weekends. And I go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. And also when I wake up, I get dressed immediately. I don't stay in my pajamas. Like, my day is just meticulously planned around promoting mental health. Like, when my friend died, I started working out even more. And I think that probably helped. Even though I just didn't want to do anything. Like, I posted on Twitter, it's like, man, I feel burned out from having to talk to so many people every day. People are like, you need to take a break. You need to take some days off to recharge. I was like, if I didn't take a break when my best friend died, I don't think I'm gonna take a break for this. Night Logs love you in a non-parasocial way. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I got Cheng Ying on the field. This is gonna work. TheDuelLogs is Hira. Dude, part 4 JoJo is my favorite part. Anyone who doesn't like part 4 is a monster. Cheng Ying. Oh, let me summon out Cloudian. Night Miwa. Do I finally have enough damage to win? Part 4 is great too. I love part 4. So like on Twitter when they were like, you need to take a break. It's like I didn't really know how to. I tried to bring it up. I was like, I wanted to reply. It's like if I didn't take a break when my friend died, I'm not going to take a break over this. Thanks for the duels, Liz. So I just didn't say anything. I was like, I know I'm burned out, but I'll be fine. I'll just slowly talk to less people. Where's the rest of part 6? Part 6 sucks. Who cares? It's 1-1. Can I like all of JoJo? No. You have to have very strong opinions about each individual part, otherwise you're not a true JoJo fan. Season 2, Part 6 released in September. I like Koichi Part 4, probably unpopular opinion. Yes. Is Mommy Miwa Bell here? I think she just left. It was really late at night over where she lives. Are you mentally healthy? It's like asking, are you a normal person? Dude, you would be surprised. A lot of people you think are normal. So like, I get stressed out when people are too negative about themselves publicly, even though I'm sympathetic. It feels like they're making it other people's problems. Oh yeah, for sure you can take it too far as well. Overinflated ego is pretty much all YouTubers have huge egos. You kind of need it to do this job because of all the shit you get every day. If you don't have a big sense of self, then it's real easy to get overwhelmed by the amount of negativity thrown at you all the time. If anything, I'd say having a big ego is a big positive if you're a YouTuber or streamer, because you need it just to stay sane. However, because pretty much everyone does have a big ego, it's fun to see how people deal with it. There are some people who are better at handling the ego than others. Like, there's nothing more entertaining than seeing someone with a completely unchecked ego and they're just not aware of it. Like, there's this one person in the World of Warcraft community who got really big in the community because he was like the first person to hit like level 60 in Classic. So he got a whole bunch of fame really quickly. And it went to his head, and his streams were so entertaining because of it. He'd go out into groups, he's like, what the hell do you mean you're not trading me the item? Do you know who I am? I was the #1 person to reach level 60 in World of Warcraft. Do you have any idea who I am? You're nothing. Who are you? Let me look you up. Let me see your name. You're on Twitter? You have 2 followers? I have 100,000 people who watched me hit level. So funny. And he streams for like 12 hours a day. He actually has a really big fan base. It's really entertaining. But there are other people, like if you see a YouTuber who's really well adjusted and down to earth, that just means they have their ego properly in check. You care about WoW, yeah. Sounds like a healthy personality. Yeah, it's like it goes to your head. You know, you get a whole bunch of people looking after you, watching you, you know, hanging on your every word and stuff. It's hard to not let that go to your head. I think there's like a fundamental thing where everybody wants to be a little bit famous. Is 1-1 your first match? Wait, that was 1-1? Wait, was that match just so long that I thought it was 2? Alright, let's go for the last match. The room is still up. Just so excited to bully people in ranked. That's probably gonna build a new deck. Forget about your last match. Wreckful used to satirize those guys. Yeah, that's so funny. My roommate is exactly that sometimes. He's like you, where he has his schedule and mental health in check, but sometimes he just won't shut up about it, and it makes other people feel bad about their problems. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally get it. You have to have a nice balance. Like, occasionally I'll go too hard on being hard on myself, and people are like, man, you shouldn't say so many negative things about yourself. It's like, oh, don't worry. I say these things only because I believe them to be fact. However, I'm not hung up about it. I'm not losing any sleep over the fact that I don't find myself conventionally attractive. Because I love myself. I think part of the reason I like Snorlax so much is because he reminds me of me. Gosh dang, he's not reading chat. I am reading chat. I'm honestly really afraid of any level of celebrity. I don't think I could cope with that much attention. Yeah, I think a lot of people are just not equipped to handle it. Like, if you just get all of the positives, sure, that's great, but there's also lots of negatives associated to it. Your voice gives you a 10 out of 10? I don't think I have a good voice. I hear people say that all the time. But it's like, have you ever had someone compliment you on something incessantly, but you just don't believe it because you have different tastes than everybody else? It's like, my particular voice isn't to my particular taste. I like other things. So you guys might say that, but it's not what I like. So it just doesn't register as like, I understand that that's probably how some people feel, but I don't think it's widespread enough. And it's not my particular taste, so it doesn't really mean anything. It's like, oh, whatchamacallit. Say you have a whole bunch of different kinds of acquaintances, work acquaintances, and 5 of them ask you to hang out. But you ask one acquaintance that you have a crush on to hang out, and they say no. And then you feel dejected. It's like, man, nobody ever wants to hang out with me. It's like, well, you actually have 5 people who want to hang out with you. But it's like, it doesn't matter because it's not the person I want to hang out with. It's kind of like that. What do you mean? You can insult me and then tell me 23 hours of Game of Thrones Lords and I'd be all... Okay. Liz, you're playing... Crystal Beast. This isn't Evil Eyes. Taking care of yourself is important, but unless you only like vain people, you don't need to be attractive to find someone. I don't think liking someone just because you're attracted to them is necessarily a bad thing. I remember one time I was talking to a girl who was very proud about the fact that she didn't wear makeup, to the point where she thought other girls who wore makeup were fake. And I was like, how old are you? I eventually found out she was like 20, around 20. It's just like, people really look down on taking care of yourself to an effect where they think it's a virtue to not take care of your physical appearance. Which I don't believe is true or should be looked down upon. Taking care of yourself, wanting to look good, should be seen as a virtue, not a sign of vanity to be shunned. My cards! Do I have a Cloudian in the grave? I don't. Initially I was so full of myself and I grew up and reality was pretty bad. I felt depressed and then I stopped caring and now I want to improve. I think self-improvement is pretty pog. I can go into Chenging. Should I go into Chenging or should I use Maximus's effect? I'm gonna go into Chenging. I can't use his effect, but I'm gonna go into it anyway. Stupid ads. I don't want to pay to be a sub. Crystal Beasts. Then I can go into Fleur-de-Lis. I can't wait for the new Crystal Beast support. Dude, they dropped the ball so hard in this support. Crystal Beast has got to be one of the archetypes with the most broken support cards ever, but the most absolutely god-awful main deck monsters to support them. It's like the definition of polishing a turd. They can only go so far. Mo Ying. No, this is Cheng Ying. Need more Red Eye support? Shut up, Fel. I want to get better, but I struggle with applying myself to actually get better. I, personally, am a pretty lazy person. I have to gaslight myself into all of my self-improvement. Or, not gaslight. Gaslight's definitely the wrong word. That's just the funny way to say it. I have to trick myself into everything. Hi chat, hello there. I just, I read this book called like The Power of Habits, and I just turn everything into a habit. That's how I do it. Like the way I work out is, cause like I've always been working out ever since I left high school. Cause like in high school I was an athlete. I played football and I didn't run track, I threw in track, but I was in track. So I did football and track. And when high school ended, I kept working out, and I've been consistently working out. However, I would occasionally go through periods of not being in shape anymore because like of just events. Like something traumatic would happen and I'd stop for a bit, or I would get sick and I would stop for a bit. And eventually, like, I would just always stop for a bit, and then eventually I'd get back into it, and I'd always get back into it the same way, where I would just choose a time where I can do it at the same time every day, and then I would do like the bare minimum at first. Doing the bare minimum is basic sports psychology for just getting into the habit. Once you get into the habit of going to the weight room at the same time every day, or going for a run at the same time every day, it's much easier to develop the habit if it's like easy as hell. Like maybe going like on a 5-minute run every day for like 2 weeks. You build the habit first and then you start improving. Like I built the habit of going to the weight room after I eat dinner. And then eventually I started increasing the weights. Gaslight Gatekeep occasionally girl boss. Hello there, Ruxin34. Welcome. I fell behind because my concussion locked me in my dark room for like a year. Well, just don't get a concussion and you'll be good to go. Yeah, that's too bad. I totally get it. Wait, tri-brigades? Whoa. You were trying to go into Rainbow Neos, but I have Changying. Unholy fan. That's a whole bunch of petite moths. What are you doing, Liz? Did my Cloudian Flirtalus Changying deck win? I'm stuck in isolation. Dude, that got in one of my great uncles. He was already depressed, and then the isolation from the thing, it was too much for him to deal with. Thanks for the advice. I know it was just like you relating how you do it, but I'll be checking out that book. I think it start with easy as hell and go from there and do better. Yeah, that's one of the things. That's actually like one of the biggest pitfalls that you can fall into if you're not used to it. Is usually when someone decides to work out, they decide to diet. They decide to do anything which requires, you know, diligent effort over a long period of time. They're just full of motivation. Like they have all of this motivation immediately, and they're like, I'm gonna go into the weight room every day, and then they just like, they go balls to the walls on the workout. But motivation never lasts. Motivation is kind of useless, to be honest. I don't do anything because I'm motivated. If I'm motivated to do something, that's great. It's extra stuff, but I don't rely on it for anything. Habits are way more powerful than motivation. Because eventually, after a week of going balls to the wall in a workout, on week number 2, you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to work out every day. You're not going to have motivation every day. So it's better to just start off as light as possible, just to get your body used to going there and associating it with something good, than it is to start off hard and going like all out. And that's just the basics of sports psychology too. I somehow did 1 year of non-stop exercise, 23 or 24, and somehow my metabolism adjusted so that I can easily lose weight. Even people with the most like advanced metabolisms only burn like an extra 500 calories per day. Usually when people say they have a good metabolism, that could be true, but most of the time it's just that they just don't eat as much as they think. A lot of the times people say they're just like naturally healthy, naturally skinny, they have an excellent metabolism, even though they eat like garbage. They usually just don't eat very much. Or if they describe their meal to you, it's like, well, that's a lot. Usually that's like the only meal they have every day. Like, it's crazy to think there's some people who just don't you know, eat 3 times a day, 2 times a day. They just never snack, but when they do eat, they eat a lot of garbage. It's almost always attributed to just not eating as much as they think they do. Because a good metabolism is only like 500 extra calories. However, there are some anomalies. I think someone did like a... they did a very sus thing where... a very sus study where they took prisoners and they had the prisoners eat 10,000 calories every day. And some of the prisoners didn't gain as much weight as others did. And it's like, whoa, somehow their metabolisms are able to burn 10,000 calories. What is it doing? Add it to your hand. Ooh, can I do this to stop that? You just described me. Can you stop eating the best meal of life when I'm full of it all the time? No, impossible. It's rare for me to eat 3 times a day. Like yesterday, I realized I hadn't eaten at that point over 24 hours and I just wasn't really hungry. That's crazy. Because I think I'm probably addicted to food. Even if I'm not hungry, I'll still eat at the same times every day. I just realized I could have used Call by the Grave to negate that. There was no need to do anything else. Sometimes I go 72 hours without eating because I'm too broke and too lazy to cook. Yeah, I can't do that. I like food too much. What kind of fetish prison is this? Sounds like a JoJo plot. Pretty much. Look at all these cards. Alright, thanks for the resub, Ruxin. Hi, hello there, Ruxin434. And the resub for Rose Elliott. If he is called by first, he changed Branded in red to dodge it. That's true. I guess there's not much I could have done about that. Are you ready to revisit your token-only deck now that the adventure is coming? Yeah. For sure. How many fairies do I have in the grave? It's not Elliot, but I appreciate the mention regardless. Oh, it's Elite. Why didn't you say that? Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. I've gotten more sad and more into cooking as a vehicle for eating more tasty foods. I love tasty foods. Tax Dragon. I'm gonna lose. Unless I destroy this card. Which is gonna proc the field spell. But I need my life points. Ooh, do I have a Cloudian in the grave? Tasty food is the best. I agree. I wish I could have tasty food every day. I have a Cloudy in the grave? When did I get a Cloudy in the grave? Ooh, I have a couple in the graveyard. Neato. Eye of the Storm. I forgot I added this card to my deck. He changes monsters to defense position. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh no, he's gonna bring out Tax Dragon, but he can't tax. Hello, DuelLogs, how are you today? I just woke up, so pretty good. I'm at a point where I'm so stressed out and busy and overwhelmed with work that I've reached like the apex where I've gone to the other end where I just don't care anymore. You know? You get what I mean? Like yesterday, for example, I was like, man, I have so much work to do today that it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna spend 2 hours balancing my homebrew weapons from D&D. instead of doing this work. And so I did. I'm definitely behind on work now, but it's all Gucci. Any tips for waking up early consistently? No, not really. When I was in football, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, and I hated it every time, and I never got used to it. Set like 3 alarms. Like there are ways to wake up. You know, like one of the best advice I've been given was, if you need to wake up at a time, as soon as the first alarm goes off, just get up immediately without thinking about it. Like, you just get straight out of bed, like jump out of bed as fastly as possible. That way you don't give your body the decision of, maybe I should get a little bit of extra sleep. You just don't allow it to think. And you'll be good to go. However, you'll still feel really bad. Oh no. I'm stupid. Why am I so stupid? I'm actually just the dumbest person in the world right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna fuck him over. I'm gonna do a little pro gamer move and summon out Archlord Christia. Try to summon your fusion monsters now. I mean, I can't summon monsters either, so I have to use DPE without destroying itself. Super Poly? Super Poly doesn't work. He can't special summon. He's completely locked out of special summons right now. Yeah, people get him too much pressure. It's easy to just kind of retreat back a bit mentally. I was doing my job for a while lately, but now I'm just looking for a different job. But funny enough, I'm a lot more relaxed and better at my job. Yeah, for sure. I'm at that point where I've retreated because I just have too much to do. My checklist of things to do is just never ending. Like, I still get stuff done. I just could get more done if I was more focused on it. But I'm definitely overwhelmed right now. I'm at the point where it's like, I might be overwhelmed. It's like, no, I am 100% overwhelmed at the moment. But I can deal with it because I ain't no coward. Branded in red, that ain't gonna do nothing. Oh no, not the Archlord Christia. It is the draw phase of the card. Neat. Let's summon out Turbulence. This might lose me the game, or it might not. Oh, I can use Turbulence to attack over the 0 defense monster. Yeah, it's not allowed to use anything because Archlord Christian was on the field. Okay, so I kind of want to make a new Cloudian deck that has more fairies in it. Are you playing agents? I was. I want to play more agents in this deck. Just so I have more fairies. I never doubted you. Are you saying Eva? Wait, does Eva work? Isn't Eva like only low-level fairies? Banish. Add the same number of level 2 or lower flight fairy monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. No, that wouldn't work. Made a Valkyrie deck yet? I have, but I haven't made the cool VFD version. You should throw in Diviner. Who's that? Diviner of the Herald? I'll be right back. Hello, it's me, TheDuelLogs. I'm a spider from the moon. This is a public service announcement in order to address some slander I've been seeing in chat
I've seen lots of people say that I'm from Jupiter, which is not true. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's go into this ad, because I'm probably playing this while I'm gone. How to make friends. I get this one a lot in chat. You know, those people say, hey, TheDuelLogs, I don't have any friends. How do I make friends? And I say, well, why are you asking me? Like, I play Yu-Gi-Oh for a living. Do you think I have friends? So anyways, let's go over some tips on how to make friends. Now, first step, the number one step, be the initiator. Don't wait for people to contact you. Have you ever watched a TV show or an anime where the main character is some dweeb, some loser, some absolute just nobody who does nothing. He has no skills, and yet he gets all these friends and things. You know, usually what happens is that other people reach out to him, and he doesn't have to do anything. Don't be that person. Be the side character. Be the side person who reaches out to the main character and forces them in all those adventures. That's how you do it. Waiting for things to happen is guaranteeing that they won't, unless you get lucky. And you probably won't. Also, when you talk to people, don't look for the right things to say. Just say what you like or dislike. I know this will cause you to have friction, maybe make some people not like you as much if they find out what you like or dislike, but it makes you feel like a more real person. And real people are more, they're worth sticking around. You'll find people who like the things you do, and you can avoid the people who don't dislike, who like the things you dislike. Easy peasy.
Oh, I'm back. No more ads. Jupiter, shut up. I don't know why you guys always say that after the ads. I don't remember what's in those ads. Copy deck. Hey, I'm still writing tips. Yeah, that one's a little bit too long. I gotta make sure to make them not fucking 3 minutes. Spider, where can I buy a GF? You can't purchase a GF. However, you can improve yourself by getting a gym membership. Let's see, what are the agent stuff? No. First, I want to throw in ties of the brethren. And then I want to throw in this card and this card. That way I can activate Ties of the Brethren, remove Atlas. And then I don't have any room for the agent cards. Shit. Cloudian Squall. During each of your standby phases, place 1 fog counter on every face-up monster on the field. There's also something called Blocker. 2 monsters with different names. Discard 1 card. Face-up spell cards cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. I don't know if I'll be able to actually use this card. Are there any other good agent cards? Oh wait, I removed the Deep Sea Diva stuff so I can remove the Synchros. Oh, and I can add in all of my agents now. I can add in Fallen Sanctuary and Divine Punishment. Activate 1 Ancient in the Sky directly from your deck. Or add 1 monster that mentions Sanctuary of the Sky from your deck to your hand. Then if the Sanctuary of the Sky is on the field or the graveyard, gain 500 life points. For each Hyperion agent monster you control, if your monsters that mention Sanctuary of the Sky would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. No, not Cloudian Chengying. No. The Sanctuary, the Sanctum of Parshath. The Sanctuary in the Sky. Should I play the Sanctuary in the Sky? I don't think I need it, right? And then we have Majesty Hyperion. And I think this is it. What does this card do? Discard this card, special summon 1 the agent monster from your hand or graveyard, except this card, or if the Sanctuary of the Sky is in the field or in the graveyard, special summon 1 Hyperion monster instead. Either player contribute a monster spell summon with this effect in the next turn. If this card is banished, add a Sanctuary of the Sky from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished. Okay, this is too many cards. Let's remove that. I'm going to keep an eye the Typhoon because I think it's funny. I don't think I need the Sanctuary in the sky. That Sanctuary do be floating. The Parshath negate. This card, Rebirth of Parshath. When a spell trap or monster effect is activated, reveal a counter trap in your hand. I can't actually use this because I need to have a counter trap in my hand, which I'm probably not going to have access to. If the Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, discard one light monster to the graveyard. I should probably play this card because it searches out my Sanctuary stuff. And then triple Divine Punishment. Neo Parshath. Celestial Parshath. I can't go into the other cards. Don't you guys understand? Don't you get it? Access Code Talker. Herald of Orange Light could be for a good monster negate. No. Counter Fairies is underrated. I love Counter Fairies, but they don't really fit. What should I remove in order to make this deck work? I should probably batch generate the cards I don't own real quick. Ooh, I unlocked a pack. Oh, I didn't even get any free opens? That's bullshit. A 900 UR material deck? How do you know how much materials this deck cost? Oh, I probably said it over there. Where are my UR cards? Oh yeah, there's a lot of URs in this deck. Okay, so I should probably cut some cards in this deck to make it more consistent. But I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to play with 53 cards. Cloudian Agent. Dogmatika. Because I don't want to remove the Dogmatika stuff yet. Even though I probably should. Just because they're so good. I'm also not going to remove DPE because Squall is a 1-card DPE. Cloudian Agent Dogmatika. Let's go. Damn it, it's not giving me reminders, you stupid Google Chrome. Ow, my tooth kind of hurt. Women only exist on my screen, they're not real. It's my friends, my computer think too. What is the 1-card DPE? Nimbus Cloud. Ooh, Aerosol immediately. And a Foolish Burial Goods immediately. If I bring out Nimbus Cloud, he gets a fog counter, and then I can go into other stuff. Would you ever make a Danger Cloud deck? Oh, that might work. Moye. I don't think this hand can play through the negates that Sword Soul offer. Sword Soul in Ranked Impossible. The strongest duelist shapes the outcome of this duel. He can create the very card that he draws. Shining Draw. I love it when my opponent has this field. Moye into Grandmaster. Wow. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, draw 1 card. It's a 1-card synchro that also draws you a card after. Who thought this deck was okay? And then it brings out a negate that also searches out your next combo piece to go into a 1-card Barone. Turn up the volume, Mr. Logs? No. Not changing? Wow. Not even playing to your own deck. What a sheep. 2 cards? That means I can use Harpy's Feather Duster to blow up everything. To destroy the world. The world is ruined. Not playing around Lightning Storm. I know, right? How cringe. Maybe I should have run Foolish Burial Goods first to bait out the negate. Whoa, they actually let it go through? Are you crazy? We'll send Foolish Burial Goods to the grave to send a Cloudian Aerosol to the graveyard. There we go. Then Special Summon Majesty Hyperion once per turn. Any battle damage you take, battles also become fairies. Summon out Cloudian Atlas to gain 1 counter. Are they playing bottomless? They are. Well, Floodgate, I mean. What is this? Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links? Couldn't play around Nib anyway since they started Ecclesia. I think they did all that in under 5 summons. No, they did 5 summons almost exactly. No, they did more than 5 because the token counts as a summon too. Lore in my Yu-Gi-Oh game. I feel like I'm playing my agents wrong. Where could I improve this deck to not be garbage? I just have no idea. Maybe if I remove this and I remove all of the non-squalls, I'm gonna leave an Eye of the Typhoon because he's funny. Remove Squall, remove Sanctuary in the Sky. This should be better. It'll give me nothing but starters. I have a question. Hello's apologies, it's been asked before, but I'm curious. What kind of new support do you think Red Eye's archetype needs to be good? Good question. They already got Red Eye's Dark Dragoon. And people just play that over Red Eye's. You see, the inherent problem with decks that rely on an effect monster as their main boss monster is that they rely on an effect monster to be their main boss monster. Oh my god, I drew into nothing but bricks. Holy fuck. I didn't realize how many bricks I played until I drew into 3 of them. Literally, Eye of Typhoon, never want in my hand, never want Celeste in my hand, and I never want the Cloud Ball in my hand. I want anything else but those cards. The Celeste, that could have been a Fusion Destiny. The Eye of the Typhoon, that could have been an Aerosol. You know? Play the Sacred Beast? I haven't done that yet, have I? Whoa, they got rid of my Link Karibo. The Garnet Logs? Oh yeah, for sure. I got guarded out to the wazoo. Need to play Driver? You're right, I do need to play Driver so I can get more garnets in my hand. Clearly you've never played a 150 card Magic the Gathering deck. Exactly. Currently the best way to play Red Eyes is focus on burn damage, FTK, and Inferno Blast. It's a serial spell. Sounds about right. Mute, where are all your traps and spells? Golden Land forever? Uh-oh, an Omni Negate. Pot of Prosperity. They're gonna dig for a floodgate. Fusion Destiny. See, even Aldlich plays Fusion Destiny. For that wonderful, wonderful DPE. I saw skill drain. Yeah, they went for DPE instead. It was lit. Oh my god. All of my garnets. Why is this thing going crazy? Why do I play so many garnets in this damn deck? Shit. Let me just surrender. Starter cards? What are those? Those don't exist. The only cards that exist in my hand are garnets. I'll remove Eye of the Storm at the very least. Rip Mr. Logs' bricked hands. Oh my god. Only bricks. Nothing but bricks. Every brick. It's Brick City out here. There's a story of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pre-deck size limit. A guy took 2K cards to a tournament, played as many shuffle effects as possible. Yep. That's a pretty infamous story. Here we go. Nothing but starters. This is the hand I wanted last time. This is some good shit. Assuming my opponent doesn't go into Dark Law and fuck me over. Can this hand beat Dark Law? I don't think it can. It definitely has to work for it. That's for sure. That's why MG has a rule that you have to be able to shuffle the deck. The size is 60 plus, but you have to effectively shuffle that. He was a judge, I think. He did it because people were assholes, so he took it to the extreme to force Konami to act. And then they released that grass looks greener afterwards. Imagine grass before there was a deck size maximum limit. I'm guessing DPE slash Sunriser slash Plasma. Really? Imagine grass with a 2K deck. I know, right? Again, MTG is not Yu-Gi-Oh! Our game is complicated enough as is. That reminds me. I saw some comments on my Magic videos. Someone's like, man, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's been nice learning about Magic. And there were a whole bunch of comments be like, dude, once you learn to play Magic, you'll never play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Oh, good, you're finally playing the good card game. I was like, is Magic just full of like weird gatekeepers? There was none of this shit in my Hearthstone videos or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. People would be like, yeah, I was playing other card games. I checked out Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was fun. People weren't gonna be like, ooh, you're gonna love Yu-Gi-Oh! You're gonna quit it. But no, it was like everywhere in the Magic comments. They're like, ooh, finally you played a good game. Is Magic just like full of gatekeepers? Whatchamacallit? Who played Magic? Yes, MTG is full of people who have been playing their entire life. And they think they are the end-all be-all. I think, here's a good comparison. Magic is full of people who believe it's the best card game. Because like in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's nothing that unites Yu-Gi-Oh! Players more than shitting on the game. People in Yu-Gi-Oh! Love to talk about how bad Yu-Gi-Oh! is. So like, you know, you're not going to see people being like, oh, you're finally playing a good game when it comes to that. But like in Magic, I think they have the opposite mentality. which is very reminiscent of World of Warcraft. But the thing is, World of Warcraft, there's nothing people in WoW like more than to talk shit about WoW. Like, it's the main pastime of WoW players is just to shit about the game incessantly. But people treat WoW as like the only game they've ever played in their life, which is true for some people. Like, there's a lot of people that play WoW who aren't gamers, they just play WoW, and that's it. Like, it is a common occurrence to see people make really long essays about why they're quitting the game. Like, it's just a normal part of World of Warcraft culture to write like an exit essay about why they're no longer playing the game anymore. But like in Yu-Gi-Oh, if people quit, they just don't talk about it, because why would you? Who cares? I have to imagine the WoW, the MTG community has to be similar, where if they quit, they write a long essay about why they're quitting, because they're just that attached to the game. Yu-Gi-Oh, real shit, not in a positive way. Magic community is like if everybody behaved like Seto Kaiba. Dude, I believe it. We love Yu-Gi-Oh so much that we're able to acknowledge the faults within our game and still be able to enjoy it. DPE and Dark Law. Exact same thing as Dota. People in r/Dota 2 love to shit in the game, but they keep eating the shit regardless. It's almost like a love-hate relationship. Yeah, but I feel like there's just different communities just treat their games differently. You play Yu-Gi-Oh? That's so cringe. Me too. Want to play a game and want to test this deck out? Yeah, I think the Yu-Gi-Oh community has a pretty healthy way about going about it. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh is a very popular game, but people don't really tie their identity to being a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Whereas in the World of Warcraft community, people absolutely tie their identities around being a WoW player. And I'm getting that same vibe from MTG based on a lot of the comments I get from the videos. You locked me out of spells? What the hell was this? DPE. I see 2 monsters and a lava golem. Oh my god, that procs extra wonder? Whoa. So I can just link this away with Link Karibo, which opens up my spells. Never forget Crypto Exchange and went belly up, started as an MTG trading site. Oh my god, that's hilarious. MTG folks are built different, I guess. Oh, do they also have Scythe? Do they hard draw into Artifact Scythe? Oh no, they're just doing that to get rid of that card for some reason. Huh. Well, this makes it easier for me, I guess. Yu-Gi-Oh was less time consuming. How long have you been playing away from MTG? With WoW, it's even more funny when you see people fighting retail and classic. The classic Andes. I can use Aerosol to get more counters on Turbulence. But I need 1800 attack to beat over Dark Law. And Protector only has 1800 attack. I can special summon this from the hand, but if I use the effect, then I can't use my cards. I need to be able to beat over Dark Law, which I can't currently do at the moment unless I go into Celestial Knight. I'm gonna lose all the cards in my hand to do this, but I'm going for it. Let's go, Turbulence. I believe in you. Search Fleur? No. Oh wait, I guess Fleur would work. Celestial Night Floor. You discard one card, add one Sanctuary of the Sky, or a card that's specifically listed in your hand to your deck. Nibiru? Fuck. I needed an extra deck monster to bring out Ecclesia. Fallen Sanctuary. Dude, I hate playing in this rank. So many sweaty gamers. Fucking Royal Nibiru. He outed his own Dark Law. Yeah, exactly. What rank? Platinum and above. It's the worst. Hero isn't sweaty though. No, this deck is sweaty as fuck. Sure, there's sweatier decks, but he had Dark Claw and Destiny Hero out. Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. Does net deck dude will only think less of you? Tell me, what is the purpose of net decking? What is the point of it? There is a point. This isn't a trick question. Usually, why do people net deck? I'm looking for reasons to have a starting point for a deck. Yeah, but what's the point of having the starting point for a deck? You know, to build your own decks, usually because they aren't so sure how to form strong decks. No, but what is the purpose of having a strong deck? Dark Law is fine. The point of deck decking is so you don't waste your time and money on decks that suck. Yes, but you see, that's the thing, to win the card game. Exactly, to win. So the point of net decking is to just find a good deck so that you can win matches. Because the main point you want is just to win. You're just trying to win. How you get there is unimportant. Right? We established this is the main point of net decking. I bet because I have zero idea how the archetype works. Experience and skill top meta decks. So like the purpose of net decking, specifically for the purpose of winning, with that assumption, is you know, just to play the best possible deck so that you can win as much as you want. What are the benefits to winning a whole bunch in this game? Like, what is the end result? Getting to Diamond 1? Cool. What's the purpose of hitting Diamond 1? Prestige? The extra gems? I don't need gems. I don't give two shits about the prestige. Wow, you hit Diamond 1. That must mean you have a lot of free time on your hands. That's all I think. Do I have any? I don't have anything in my grave. And it takes away from the primordial skill of any card game deck build. I think net decking is fine as like a start. It's a fine starting point. But if you're net decking under the assumption that you're just doing it in order to find a good deck so that you can win games, that seems not like the kind of game I want to play. 'Cause I don't care about hitting Diamond 1. I don't care about farming gems. So at that point, what purpose does net decking a good deck really give me? Like, what is the point? Good point, but fun is subjective. But I'm talking about me, not you guys. Some people seem to think playing sweaty and getting a diamond is here, we could invite the world or something. Sure. It could be good practice for getting to worlds, probably. Destroy spell traps. If you're net decking to learn, do it again to AI. No one wants to play if you have to read every card every turn. True. But it's more fun to play against people. And you have the time limit for a reason. I do network, but I have to modify it because I can't afford it. I'm having an existential crisis now. I don't see a problem with net decking, honestly. Everybody has different ways they want to play. Everybody has time, resources to dedicate themselves to researching literally tens of thousands of cards to find good combinations. No, I don't have any problem with net decking either. I'm just trying to walk you guys through why that is just not in the realm of possibility for me, for the sole purpose of trying to find a good deck. I'm fine net decking a base of a deck in order to have fun with it, but I'm not trying to build a competitive deck to reach Diamond 1. I'm trying to build a deck to maybe win sometimes against meta decks. So, like, we have to get under the fundamental assumption that I'm only playing to win and that's it. Because I'm not. I'm trying to win under my own terms. Like, I still want to win, obviously. It's more fun to win with a jank deck than it is to lose all the time. But my main goal is not to just win. And I'm not even trying to win a lot. Just like once or twice for a good highlight. You know? And not even because I'm just looking for highlights for my clip channel. I don't give a shit about that. This is just how I like to play the game. That's how I've always played the game. Even back before I did YouTube, this is how I played the game. Like, I had my Yu-Gi-Oh! 2008 game. And I played the game so much, I unlocked every card that I like reset it multiple times just to do it again. And all I did in the game was try to beat the game with some kind of jank deck. I was like, I wonder if I can beat this deck with, like, you know, Ojama Beatdown now. I beat this game with Ojama Beatdown. You can also net deck janks too, can't you? Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Like, I have no problems with net decking. I'll look up jank and then modify it myself. It's just, you know, the comment was made under the assumption that you're net decking for the reason of finding a competitive deck in order to win matches. For the sole purpose of winning matches. Which I don't care about. 6 viewers, Satan. Ooh, nice. Does anyone have 200k channel points? No. Literally, it's not about winning. It's just about sending a message. No, it's not about just winning. It's about winning under my own terms. The way I want to. Like, when I was able to win against that Sword Soul player with my Spirit of the Pharaoh deck. That was fun. That's some of the most fun I've had in this game. Never mind the fact that I lost 5 times in a row before I reached that point. That doesn't matter. What matters was beating that Sword Soul player once with the Spirit of the Pharaoh deck. That's how I enjoy the game. By the way, do you do Mythic Sepular? No, I don't do Mythic. Not unless they remove the 20-person limit. I made a video essay about how I think the 20-person limit is stupid. If you want to watch it. I think I called it the death of 10-man raiding. I don't want to get 20 people together to do Mythic. If we can get 10 people together to do Mythic, oh, I would, hell yeah, I'd do it. But I just fundamentally don't like playing with that many people. So I just do Heroic, and we have like 15 people. 15 people is more manageable than 20. Getting 20 people together is a nightmare. And I explain why in my video on it, if you're interested. There's people who only personally trait is that they won something. They're old school jocks of the modern geek embracing society. Well, the thing is, I was also a jock in high school. Like, I played football. And I did track. And I was very successful. I'm not gonna tell you how successful I was because, like, I used to talk about it, but then someone was able to find personal info through that. So, like, I understand winning at all cost, but I don't care about that in Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically. Like, when it comes to World of Warcraft, the game is all about min-maxing to such an extreme that if playing the game in the most unfun way possible will get you the most DPS, you do it. And it's just like the accepted norm, and if you don't do it, there's something wrong with you. But specifically in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't care. There's no point. Because this game is so garbage, Master Duel specifically, and unbalanced, that trying to, you know, get top rank in this clown fiesta is just an exercise in futility. You guys have any idea how garbage this game is? As someone who plays this game all the time, the meta in this game is absolute dog shit. Hey, Mr. Spider, do you think there's a way to make a Gaia deck playable? Yeah, play Duel Links. It's viable in Duel Links. Mr. Logs is so riled up. Let's see here. How come I can't use this? Or add one monster that mentions Thanks for the Sky from your deck to your hand. Then, oh, because I already have it in my hand. Is on the field or the graveyard. Gain 500 life points. If you control a monster that mentions, would be destroy a battler. Fuck, I can't use it because I already have the card in my hand, and I can't bring out anything else because I need to play Sanctuary in the Sky. I think that's just what I have to do. Use best when it's chaos and everything just works as a viable deck. Do you have a clip of the Spirit of the Pharaoh game? No, it'll probably come out in 2 months once my clippers get around to it. The clips take so long to come out. I wish I had the time to just clip them myself so we can just, like, catch up. The Anduin was insane if you had 1 DPS die phase 3. Yeah, I got to, like, Anduin by the point where they nerfed it, so it wasn't really that big a deal. But dude, Jailer, that fight was so fucking hard. That was like the first time I've gone over 100 attempts on a heroic fight since like a fucking Cataclysm. When heroic used to be called normal. Need to hire more clippers? Maybe. Excited to see Adventure? Hell yeah, I can't wait to see Adventure. I know you're asking someone else, but I'm excited for it. I think OCG players just used to this meta, so they like the game more. This meta is fundamentally not balanced around a best-of-1 format. That's the main problem with the game. The game has a ban list for a best 2 out of 3 format with a side deck. But it's not a best 2 out of 3 game. It's a best 1 of. And there are so many cards that are just so sacky in a best-of-1 format that it's just a joke. Like, you actually just have to be incompetent to not see it. The thing is, there are people at Konami who understand this, because the people who balance Duel Links do a wonderful job. Like, just give us the people who give a shit about Duel Links in Master Duel, and we'll be good to go. But they just don't care. Like, their first ban list was a joke. They only have 1 mode in the game. They don't even have a casual mode. They give you 20 deck slots. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Like, the game was an obvious success. It has to be worth the amount of time and effort to develop it, but they just don't. This is why people hate Konami so much. Would very much appreciate multiple ban lists. Yeah. I think infinitely Duel Links format, limited / semi-limited, would be incredible. Like, they need to do something. Because currently what they're doing is nothing. So there's lots of things they could do to improve it. But they don't care. So people are just quitting the game. Because it's pretty obvious they don't care. Casual mode would be poggers. What they really need, like, yeah, is just more modes, for sure. Like, Hearthstone and Pokemon have modes in their game where it's just, like, casual cards only, where you can only play, like, you know, cards from the very first set, or cards from a structured deck, I think, you know, all the Yu-Gi-Oh boomers who are playing the game for the first time would love that mode. Like, if they added, you know, like a DM format mode, that would bring so many people back to the game. Because modern Yu-Gi-Oh is complicated. Why does Konami treat us like this? Because Konami... So, I have this story that I learned from someone who knows some info about from Konami. Where one time, there was this guy who started working at Konami, and on his first day of the job, he didn't know who his direct supervisor was, but he had work to do. And he didn't have a computer. Like, he had his deck station, he had all this work that needed a computer to be done, but he didn't have one. So he went around to ask people to borrow a computer, but he didn't have a direct supervisor, and nobody knew how to get him one. So the next day, he just brought his own computer from home. And when he went to the bathroom break and came back, his computer was stolen because there were other people in the office who needed a computer too, but who didn't know what to ask in order to actually get their work done. So he got his computer stolen and his office because other people didn't have computers either to work. That's just the kind of company that they run. The fact that Duel Links is well run is kind of an anomaly. That's impressive. Like, whatever company they hired to manage Duel Links is able to do well, you know, despite the fact that they're ran by Konami. That they have to report back to Konami. Whoever does the TCG ban list is also killing it, because they actually do a really good job with the TCG ban list. Probably despite the fact that they're managed by Konami, though. In fact, it might be because they don't really have too much Konami oversight, because Konami is a Japanese company. Like, the OCG ban list, I believe, is garbage. Like, that's what we have at Master Duel. TCG ban list is great. It's obvious they could do something. Look at the Link Limit 1 Festival. Yeah, they can. They just choose not to. For whatever reason. Tunneler is active. Which one is Tunneler? Trencher, Ballista. If I banish one of them, can they no longer use the effect? Basically, nobody who made Konami successful enough to coast on its existing IP brand actually work there anymore. No, I'm sure there's some competent people who work there because they are making money. It's just, unfortunately, the competent people are not on Master Duel's team. Because there are people on the Duel Links team who do a wonderful job. Like, Duel Links is a very well-run game. Like, if you never give Duel Links a shot, like, their ban list is actually, like, they give reasonings why they ban cards. They don't add cards to the game that can break the game. Like, there just aren't floodgates in Duel Links at all. You can't run floodgates because they know that would break a best of one format. They constantly have events going on. Like, it's, you know how Master Duel, they have an event, like, you know, once a month, and then there's like a 2-week gap between the next event. In Duel Links, they have an event every week, and the next event starts in the middle of an event that's currently going on. Like, there's always an event going on. There's never not something happening. Plus, they're always introducing new things. They introduce, like, a new box, like, 2 times a month. The updates are constant. The events are constant. And the ban list is also constant. Like, they'll do emergency ban lists if they release something and it's too broken. In comparison, Master Duel is a clown fiesta. People with the fucking computer. The best dex level is so shit, like, for years now. I thought it was funny how long Harpies was, like, tier 1. Even the event repeats. It's still at least something. Yeah, like, they do repeat events a lot in Duel Links, but they have so many events that's really not a big deal. Have your uncle implement an era tier system? Nostalgia demands summon skull retrains. That'd be great. I'd be all for it. Man, I really need a Sanctuary in the Sky in this deck. Since 2018, Konami's been mostly invested in mobile games. That's why they let Hito go, because he was spending too much on his games, whereas mobile was better profit. I mean, Master Duel has a mobile game profit system. Like, the monetization in Master Duel is basically like a mobile game. This is definitely the kind of game that they should be all over to develop. But they don't. And the reasons why is probably something stupid internally. Konami only cares about pachinko. It could just be as simple as the people they assign to the game just don't care, so they put the minimum amount of effort. Or they do care, and just one of the execs at Konami doesn't care, so they just don't do anything about it. Or they just don't think the game has a future, so they're just putting the bare minimum effort into it to keep it maintained. There's many things it could be. But it all boils down to the fact that they don't really care that much. Master Duel is a better game with the worst management, so it can shine as it could. Master Duel, I think, is better than Duel Links, which is a shame that it's not managed as well. Like when Master Duel first came out, I was like, you know, and I saw like the leaks for events. I was like, great, they're going to treat it like Duel Links and have constant events rotating out. So it doesn't matter that there's only one format. Nope. They have like one event a month. It's like, what the fuck, Konami? You've got to be kidding me. And they release a new set once every 2 months. And it's not even a full set. Duel Links has 2 sets a month. Like, literally, it has, you know, 4 times as much content added. It's such a cool pack system. Drafts would be so fun. Maybe Duel Links makes more money. I'm pretty sure Duel Links has died off since Master Duel came out. But yeah, Duel Links does make a lot of money. The thing is, Master Duel is set up to be monetized, you know, almost as heavily as Duel Links. So it has basically a mobile game monetization model to make them buttloads of money. My friend, the Duel Links is so bad for like the first 10 minutes before Master Duel came out, then suddenly Duel Links is overflowing with content. What? It's always been overflowing with content. I've been playing Duel Links non-stop since before Master Duel came out. I think they only like had like 1 month where they didn't release a box, and people freaked out about it because they were so used to getting 2 boxes a month. I wish they'd rotate events more often, do repeats of Master Duel. I just want to run around with Mech Lord and Synchro events again. That's exactly what they do in Duel Links, so I'm surprised they don't do that in Master Duel. Like, events rotate so often that they literally start a new event in the middle of an old one. Like, they don't even, there's no downtime. There's always an event going. And there's also mini events that happen during the event. Like, if you log into Duel Links right now, there's probably like 3 separate events going on. Like, some of them are really passive things where you don't really have to do anything. But other ones, you know, are more active where you can actually participate in the event. And the limited card pool turned out a lot of folks from Links. It's probably just like Duel Links also has the speed duel format. It's because Master Duel is slower because it started this year. Fully agree, Master Duel feels desolate compared to the game they gave Duel Links. It's slower. Dude, Master Duel was a huge success at launch. Like, if you ask any of the YouTubers, like, there was a noticeable increase in Yu-Gi-Oh's interest after Master Duel came out. That has, you know, definitely died down now because Master Duel is so poorly managed. But, like, there was a huge insurgence of people playing the game. Like, it was really popular. It's just, you know, there's a lot of problems with the game, so people quit. Especially since Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a very new player-friendly game. Because you have to learn that the modern metagame is all about, you know, filling half your deck full of hand traps. So that you don't lose to your opponent's unbreakable board turn 1. Why is this deck still going? I've been so bricked this whole time. They take forever with all their plays, and they stop my few plays. I've just been doing flirtless beatdown this whole time. We're both grinding each other because I drew into a whole bunch of garnets that I literally can't use because my one target is in my hand. No, I meant slower management-wise, not player-wise. I like to have at least more dev feedback, like how B-Bro to do with Hearthstone and Mort Dog for TFT right now. Konami's never had developer feedback. That's part of the reasons why the Yu-Gi-Oh players are so united and just hating Konami. That could be why the culture in it is not as bad as like you know, World of Warcraft. Like when they found out that Blizzard was a shit company, that like I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people who were just really physically hurt by that. Hello, Mr. DuelLogs. How's your day today? Fine, I guess. It just started. Who needs traps if you have floodgates? Yugi Boomer's the boogeyman of Master Duel. Actually, now that you mention, I would honestly really just like more transparent than Master Duel. Give us like a roadmap. They're not going to do that. They never do that. Like, even entertaining the idea that they might do that should just be removed from your mind so that there's just no stress about it. Konami just doesn't care about that. Like, I remember people would say, you know, like that they're so surprised that Blizzard's a shitty company that they, I don't know. I've always found it weird that people had brand loyalty because I've always been a huge fan of like Yu-Gi-Oh and World of Warcraft. But like the companies behind them are always kind of shit. Yeah, loyalty to a brand has always felt kind of weird to me, but people would always be very loyal to the Blizzard brand until the lawsuit happened. Yeah, Breast Milk Thieves Entertainment. Every company shitty, just varies about how bad. Dude, I was surprised at just how unprofessional Blizzard was. I was like, oh my god, my small little company has more professional standards than they did. Which I was like, how can you be this incompetent and be like a $1 billion company? Like, is everything just run by shoestrings and tape? Duct tape? Man, I literally have nothing. I can't use the cards in my hand. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh players have never been loyal to Konami. So, like, brand loyalty has always been weird to me because, like, the only loyalty people have towards Konami is hating it equally. I was blown away by the guy who said you don't want that when asked about WoW Classic before Classic came out. Dude, he was right. Like, people were like, you know, people railed against him for the longest time, and then we got WoW Classic and everybody loved it for like the first month. And then we found out, oh shit, he was actually right the whole time. You think you do, but you don't. And it is actually true, you don't. Nobody gives a shit about Classic anymore. The people in Classic, they min-max the game to the point where it's just completely unfun. I can't believe how unfun Classic Andes made the game for themselves and everybody else. Professionals have standards. Apparently not Blizzard. I can't believe I had the one card in my hand. I didn't get any of my fairies. What the hell, man? What does this card do? Add the agent card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Majesty Hyperion. Why do all of these cards suck? The Chorus in the Sky. This adds back my fairies. Brand loyalty is not poggers. Exactly. Should I remove the Dogmatika stuff? No, the Dogmatika stuff is better than half the deck. This should be better. Okay, I gotta go. Where's that screen at? Hello there, it is me, the Duel. Oh, did I turn off the mic by mistake? Anyways, all I said was the difference between Classic WoW and RuneScape and everything is there isn't that much of a difference because, like, the main problem with those old games is that they're already solved. And they're min-maxed to a degree where they just weren't balanced around. And they just don't really balance it. I don't know about the other games, but I know Classic WoW doesn't really balance around the fact that people are min-maxing it. So it's just a solved meta. When a new raid comes out, everybody already knows what to do. It's more about speed running than it is actually trying to complete it like normal. It's just not the same experience. It's a completely different experience, which I don't find fun. And a lot of people don't really find it fun. Because it's like, well, I don't really play WoW to be a speedrunner. I play it to, like, beat the raids for the first time. So Classic WoW is more about speed running. It's more of a speed running game than it is, you know, an MMO in the traditional sense of trying to discover the fights for yourselves for the first time. And I don't really enjoy speedrunning because speedrunning is just doing the same thing over and over again until you do it perfectly. There's no like discovery in speedrunning. There's doing the same thing a million times until you never get it wrong. It's a completely different way of playing the game. Okay, who's streaming right now? Chilling with the vibes. There's Cafe Fico. Let's go to him. The Cafe Fico. Make sure you order coffee so he puts a whole bunch of them on his table. Isn't right? What? Ignored? What did you say? That isn't playing a turbo deck a speedrun? No. You can't speedrun a card game. Mr. Logs redeemed a question. Did he? What was his question? I have a question. What do you think the next structure deck they'll add to MD? Oh. I don't know. Probably the Ice Jade one? Or the Crystal Beast one? I don't really understand why people ask me these kinds of questions. I'm curious. How come you guys ask these kinds of questions? About, like, what are my opinions on what cards are going to be released? Or what are my opinions on cards? Because you guys know I just play gimmick decks, and usually I play gimmicks from, like, cards that came out 20 years ago. Interaction? You're in the know? Like, I almost never play new cards. Unless it's to add their engines to my, you know, old decks. Like, I've been playing Cloudians for the past couple of days. You know when Cloudians came out? 15 years ago. Like, I don't care about the new cards. So speculating about which ones are going to come out next. Like, do I really come across as the person who speculates on these things? Because big content creators clearly equals professional insight and knowledge of upcoming things that pertain to the game. I should probably let you guys know. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! I only ever play the game on streams. Like, I don't play it off stream. I don't care about Yu-Gi-Oh! That much. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just, like, one thing I do, and I do a lot of things. Like, I know most of you only follow me for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, but I make a lot of other types of content. And I know lots of Yu-Gi-Oh! Content creators, like, that's all they do is play Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is their life. They live and breathe Yu-Gi-Oh! That's not me, though. I think I play WoW more than Yu-Gi-Oh! To be honest. So when I play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's just for fun. I do, like, the gimmick decks. I don't even care about winning. Like Inscription? I don't really like Inscription that much. It's alright. But, you know, I don't really have the drive to play it outside of streams. You have fun? Yeah, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! For fun. I don't really care about taking it seriously. I do know a lot about it, though. And I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For 20 years. Like, I've been consistently having fun with Yu-Gi-Oh! For 20 years, which is quite the accomplishment. But I don't take it seriously. I don't think I ever have. So I do get a lot of questions like that. That's why I have the ask the question thing. So that I can ignore them. So that I have plausible deniability when people ask me all of my opinions and insights about meta topics. Like, I had one dude who subscribed to my Patreon just to send me questions about what a deck would need to become competitive. Like, he would send me messages like, so what do you think it would take for Thunder Dragons to be competitive? Or like, what do you think it would take to make, you know, Cloudians competitive? And it's like, dude, I don't care. And I explain this very politely. There's like, well, you know, it'd probably just need this and this, but for the most part, I don't really care about what makes a deck competitive. I just play for fun. And they would keep sending me messages. It's like, so, what card would you create in order to make this archetype competitive? It's like, my dude, I don't care. Respectfully. I don't care. It's like, what's like, you know, people are changing their profile images on Twitter to their favorite card. You know, in commemoration of, you know, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator died. And I don't have a favorite card. Like, I can't think of one card that I like that's my favorite. It wasn't until I played Spriggans that I didn't have a favorite archetype either. Like, I like Spriggans, but I don't really like any of those particular cards. You know, none of them really jump out to me. I like the whole archetype. I don't like just the specific cards, any of them. It's just something about the way Spriggans play just really appealed to me. Because Spriggans, the main thing I like about Spriggans is they're not xenophobic, like, at all. You can play whatever you want with them. They're so accommodating of engines and other archetypes that it just appeals to me greatly. Because I don't like playing anything pure. Speedrunning just falling over and over until you get a perfect run. Isn't that your gaming deck? No, speedrunning is doing things right over and over until you can't get it wrong. It's different. Like, an amateur does something over and over until they get it right. A professional does it over and over until they can't get it wrong. Like, you're not a speedrunner if you can't do the thing perfectly. Speaking of xenophobic, what is the best... When is the pendulum deck, old man? I've done pendulum decks in the past. If I tried to have a favorite, I'd just be like what I like now all the time. Yeah, I don't have a favorite. Like, I was thinking of changing to Mother Spider, but I don't really like Mother Spider. It's just an annoying-ass card. Maximus, like, the only reason I had the spider as an icon was because I was making a video about it, and I just happened to have the PNG ready. I was like, I need a PNG in order to, you know, show the screen. It's like, oh, I'll use Mother Spider because I had that downloaded for a video I was about to make. What deck would you use to create meta, to make Venom meta? Yeah, I'd get a whole bunch of questions like that. Or I'd get a whole bunch of people asking me about my opinions on, you know, archetypes. It's like, what do you mean, what are my opinions? Like, what's your opinions on Cyber Dragons? I don't have an opinion. Like, what's your opinion on Sword Soul? I don't have an opinion. Like, well, what do they mean when they do that? Like, what do you mean, what's my opinion on this archetype? It's like, is an archetype that exists, alright? Morning, morning. Hello there, Iridul. Iridel. Well, you have a check mark. That means you're a professional accountant. Mystic Mine. What's your opinion on Mystic Mine? It's a card that exists, all right. What do you mean? What's my opinion on it? Like, what are they asking? Do they want me to say it's good? I believe that's what they're asking. Is it really a difficult question, you think? Like, what do I say? It's like, it's an archetype that exists. I don't have an opinion on it. Like, how often can I say I don't have an opinion on something before it just becomes irritating? You know? Like, because I get asked that literally all the time. Like, every day. If I had DMs opened, I'm sure I would get a million of those messages all the time as like a starting conversation starter. And it's like, I don't have opinions on these things. What do you mean, what's my opinion on it? It's a thing that exists. What about changing the question redeem to make it more specific? No, the question redeem exists so that I can ignore questions. Because I get like the same repeat questions all the time about things that I don't have anything to talk about. It'd be like if someone came up to you and was like, hey, what's your opinion on knitting? And it's like, well, I've never thought about it until you just asked me, but I don't think I have one. It's like, okay, that's fair. And what if you had someone else ask you that same question 10 more times that day? It's like, hey, so what's your opinion on knitting? What's your opinion on this knitting pattern? It's like, I don't have an opinion. Stop asking me. That's how the questions are in my streams. Just asking me questions that I just don't have opinions on, and I don't really understand what they're asking. So I have... Oh, and also people get mad if I ignore the question. Like, they'll be like, does this streamer ever read any questions? So that's why I have the question redeem, just so I can have an excuse to ignore questions. That's it. But if someone really wants to know my opinion on something, they can redeem that, and I can tell them, I don't have an opinion. I don't even know what you're asking. Like, what do you mean, what's my opinion on Jerry Beanman Beatdown? It's a thing that exists. I guess that's a funny gimmick. Content creator generally opinionated, and the people just repeat those opinions forward. That's true. Like, I do have just strong opinions on things, like on how garbage Master Duel is. What's your opinions on stupid questions? I think they're harmless, for the most part. It's annoying having to filter through them. And it's also annoying when people get personally upset when you ignore their stupid questions. Because I don't want to be mean. I don't want to tell people that the question, you know, is stupid, because it's probably perfectly normal, reasonable question to them. Because it gets asked so often. Just like, how come your spider is animated? It's just my face. People ask why your face is animated? So you don't want chat talking to you? See, like, questions like these. You know, I say I don't like a particular kind of question because it doesn't make any sense, and they'll take it to an extreme. It's like, oh, so you don't want chat to talk to you at all? It's like, of course I do. Why would you stream to not talk to anyone? If there's no chat interaction, like, what's the point of streaming? You can just do a Let's Play. What I'm saying is, specifically, there are questions that get asked a lot that I just think aren't worth talking about, because I just don't have opinions on these things, and I'm constantly asked for my opinions on things I don't have opinions on. For the example of, what if someone came up to you 10 times a day and asked you what's your opinion on knitting? Or what's your opinion on ground seeds? Or what's your opinion on soil? It's like, I've never thought of it. I don't care. I don't have an opinion. It's like, well, give me an opinion. It's like, I don't care. And people are looking for not that answer. They don't want you to say, I don't care. They want you to have an opinion on these things. So you don't want chat talking to you? I think he means more about answering something 50 times a day is meh. No, I'm fine answering the same questions over and over if it's something I can answer. But I keep getting asked questions that I don't have an answer to. That's the main thing. As being facetious. Okay, that's fine. But like, people unironically think that too. What's your opinion on logs? What's your opinion on opinions? Being specific.
Do these things make you feel agitated? There are some things that chat does that are irritating for sure. But for the most part, you guys are fine. It's more of a negativity bias thing. Like, negativity bias, I've explained this before earlier in the stream, is a psychological phenomenon where we focus on negative things much more than the positive ones. Like, 99% of chat is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. 1% of chat asks me dumb questions. But 1% of chat is like hundreds of messages, because there's a lot of you. And so I tend to focus on the negatives more just because of negativity bias. So, like, for the most part, chat is fine. Like, actually just fine. You guys are good. But 1% of you are annoying. And because of negativity bias, you know, I have to deal with that. It seems you're not immune to negativity bias. Like most? No, I don't think anybody's immune to negativity bias. If you're aware of your negativity bias, you can have a more positive outlook on the world. I'm part of the 99%. Yeah, like 99% of you guys are fine. 1% of you ask annoying questions, but even then, the questions themselves aren't malicious. They're just annoying because I don't have an answer to them. That's it. And there's a bunch of us alert. Yeah, there's a ton of you guys who lurk. You suffer from the one guy syndrome. Yeah, but the one guy is usually like new people too. It's very common for someone new to the stream to ask those questions. So it's not even like something I can curtail by, like, you know, having to talk with the community. It's like, okay, we need to stop this, because it's almost exclusively from new viewers. And you can't really stop a problem which is caused by new viewers, because there's just so many of you guys. Stop raiding VTubers. I hate waking up to watch your stream only to get a VTuber. I'm gonna raid more VTubers now. Sounds like we need to raid a VTuber. Yeah, let's raid another VTuber, guys. Heck yeah, more VTubers. Anyways, I'll see you guys later on tonight.